everyone. Buckle up for a new episode of Bumpaholics, the one and only podcast made to teach you all stages of the arrival of a baby, before, during, and after. So whether you are an expecting mother or parent, have questions about fertility, have difficulty with lactation or postpartum, you're sure to learn from our experienced doulas when you listen to Bumpaholics. So today we're going to be diving in with Madison Hobbs and myself, Brittany Brownell. Join us in the comment section of today's episode of Doulaverse, where we talk about all things doula, doula training, and just random doula talk. Doula talk. Welcome to another episode of Doulaverse. I am Brittany Brownell, certified birth and bereavement doula, certified birth photographer, education director, and volunteer with Casey Women's Ministry, mother of 3, soon to be mother of 4.
Hey. And I'm Madison Hobbs. I'm also a certified birth and bereavement doula. I am a trained postpartum doula and a baby wearing peer educator. I'm also the doula director and a volunteer with Casey Women's Ministry.
Look at us with all our long credentials.
No, I love it. It's awesome.
Yes. All right. So today we're going to talk about what to wear when working as a doula. Sometimes we get this question. Actually, a lot of times we get this question, especially from new doulas. This was something I used to wonder about too. What do I wear if I'm in the hospital? You can wear just about anything, really. You can wear jeans if you want, but I wouldn't really recommend wearing jeans.
Yeah. I mean, there's no dress code that we go over. At least in my training, we didn't even talk about what to wear.
Nope.
At all. And I hear so many different varying information, so much different varying information on the groups that I'm in. I see a lot of people saying, well, don't wear this and don't wear that, and you shouldn't wear this and shouldn't wear that. And the truth is, whatever makes you feel comfortable. We have some things that we have found are most helpful when doing our work, but as long as you're comfortable, that's really all that matters.
Yeah. My favorite attire, mostly because I don't have any scrub pants, so I don't know what those are like, but I hear they are amazing. And they have lots of pockets, so highly recommend looking into them. I keep wanting to purchase a set or a couple sets. I just haven't gotten around to. But my favorite pants to wear are just a pair of leggings. You can get workout leggings or something. I like the ones with the pockets on the sides. I actually wear them like every day.
Same.
Yeah. I like having the pocket so I have quick access to my phone. Because I usually, with the ministry, we work in teams, and I like giving updates to my team of how the birth is going. And it's also my way of tracking how the birth is going, so that when I go to talk to my client, I can be like, okay, this is what happened. I have my timeline. I have examples. I know everything that happened. I have the last time I moved my client. I have the last time my client went to the bathroom. I have all that information. I had the last time my client was in throne position or on her side or had a peanut ball or took a bath, or I have all of that information at my fingertips because I have my phone with me. So I want to make sure personally that I have pockets. Whatever I'm wearing, I need pockets.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons that I personally love scrub pants so much. Whether I'm at a birth or I'm doing postpartum work, I always wear my scrub pants. I personally have a lot because I was in a medical program in high school and I had to wear scrubs almost every day. I worked at a chiropractor's office where I had to wear scrubs. And so I just had a lot of scrubs left over. I've gotten rid of all of my tops. I never wear scrub tops. And I've seen a lot of varying information on whether it's appropriate for doulas to wear full scrub sets to hospitals, because that's obviously what the nurses and doctors and whatnot wear. My personal opinion on it is if you have a badge of some kind, it's not really a big deal to identify yourself as the doula and not a nurse. But I personally don't find it necessary to wear scrub tops. I just wear a t-shirt, but my scrub pants are a staple. And I currently only have 2 or 3 that I wear. Obviously I've had them since high school. So some like 2 out of the 3 don't exactly fit right anymore. And so I'm planning on getting more. But scrubs have so many pockets. They have at least 4 or 5. Sometimes like little ones, but you've got, you know, your normal pockets, and then they've got the side pockets, possibly back pockets. And I put everything in there. I put snacks in the bigger pockets. I put my phone, just like Brittany said, it is so important for me to have my phone on me, near me. I use it all the time. Yes, I have notebooks, I have peppermints, I have different tools in my pockets too that I can use with my clients. So, you know, I've got my hair ties and my chapsticks and my my combs right there ready to use, so that when they're like, I want the comb for the counter pressure, or I need my hair out, I don't have to go digging in my bag, or in my pocket.
No, that's why I want some scrub pants, for all the millions of pockets that they have. Plus they're more loose on the leg.
Mm-hmm.
And since they wouldn't be an everyday wear item for me, you know, I wouldn't be quite as worried about getting something on them, because I'm just going to take them home and put them in the wash anyway. Whereas these pants, I need to still wear them to work tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And the thing about scrubs is that they're designed to get dirty. Yep, exactly. It's designed to clean easily. A lot of times you can even get water resistant scrubs, where I have some really silky, like smooth ones, like where if I drop some water on it, it might get a little bit wet, but it's going to run right off. And so I really love wearing those to births, because just in case you get something on you, it's gonna happen. They're a lot very clean than my leggings or my sweatpants, which I also do wear on occasion when I need to.
I take a pair of workout pants that are pretty loose legged, but they don't have pockets. They're my backup pants. But I would really prefer to have a few sets of scrubs. And like Madison, the top is not necessary. The controversy with the top is the potential for misrepresenting that you were a nurse. And which, like Madison said, if you have something identifying, you can always have your business embroidered, your name embroidered. You can put, you can get one of those iron-ons to put your business information on somewhere, front and back. We have badges, but a typical t-shirt is fine. I love my doula t-shirts. So I wear my leggings with my doula t-shirt. Madison, show us your doula t-shirt. You're wearing one. I got this.
Yeah, I got this one for Christmas from my mom. It says birth nerd.
I love it. I love that. That's the kind of thing I wear. I wear a typical t-shirt. We're bending over, so you don't want something super low cut. I don't really care for super high cut. So a typical, I like the slight V cut tops, because that's my personal preference. But you don't want something super low cut, because if you're doing hip squeezes, or you're doing counter pressure, or you're massaging legs and feet, because if you're doing those hip squeezes and counter pressure and you're leaning over, your shirt is going to sag and you're going to show off all of it. Nurses aren't going to care. The birthing person honestly probably won't care.
Yeah, one of my shirts from the ministry is it's a V-neck, but just because of the way that it fits me, I don't typically wear it to births for that exact reason, because I just don't want to be constantly adjusting myself. People may not care, they may not even notice, like Brittany was saying, but it's just so much easier to not have to worry about my shirt.
Well, and you never know who will become uncomfortable because something is showing that they feel is inappropriate. You are at work. This is a work setting for you. This is a very personal experience for your client, but this is your work setting. This is showing the world who you are when you're at work. Treat it as such. Treat it as a job. Treat it as work.
Yeah. And you also are making these connections with these nurses and doctors. And you want to be representing yourself well, not only for you, but for the doula name as a whole. To, you don't necessarily have to go out of your way to, interact or whatever, but if there is something that catches the doctor's eye or the nurse's eye and they're like, man, they wore a really low cut shirt to a birth, that's just weird. It may not mean anything. However, being as professional as possible in your client's birth space is only going to serve to benefit you.
Absolutely. And, that being said, you don't want to go to a birth if you haven't had a shower in a couple days. Take that time, take a quick shower, feel clean and feel proud to show yourself in the workforce. Because like Madison said, it's not just about you, it's also about doulas as a whole. It is definitely about you and your business as well. The cleaner you are, the more professional you are, the more recommendations you're going to get from that nursing staff of, oh yeah, she was a great doula. I've had nurses rave about me being one of the best doulas they've ever seen to my clients, which you know what means my clients are also going to rave about me to their friends. And I've gotten recommendations from those clients because of that. Maybe they weren't going to say something about how great their experience was with me, but then their nurse said I was amazing. And they're like, oh, this means business. So if you are professional, courteous, kind, and you are presentable, they're much more likely to say, that's a great doula.
Yeah. Rather
than someone who's coming in with unwashed hair and they smell a little bit and they've got dirty clothes. It's about how you present yourself.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'd want someone giving me a hug dance, doing that dance if my head is here in their armpit and they're like, oh God, I stink.
Yeah. And that kind of goes into, when we talk about what our on-call time looks like and how that is different than, before 38 weeks, when we're still going to be there for you, but we're not on call. When I'm on call, I'll be honest, I shower a lot more frequently when I'm on call than I do when I'm not on call, because
I'm always worried I'm going to get called to a birth and I'm like, I didn't take a shower this morning.
I'm going to make sure I have clothes laid out. I'm going to make sure I shower every single night, because for that time period, if you call me in, I have a little bit of extra wiggle room to be like, yeah, I can come in, but I'm going to go home and shower first.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're on call, you don't want to take an extra half an hour to take a shower. You want to get there. You're excited. Like, let's go.
Let's do this.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just one less thing on your list to worry about. Now, I'm not saying you have to put makeup on and you have to do your hair and all of that.
No.
You don't have to do any of that. If you're more comfortable with having your makeup on, go for it. Pull your hair back in a ponytail, put some mascara on and hit the road. But it's not necessary. You can go, my hair's short enough, I can go with my hair down now. But when it was long, I had it back in a bun every day if I was at a birth, because I didn't want my hair falling into my clients' faces. I didn't want my hair falling into the tub as I was trying to do counter pressure, because my hair was pretty long. It was down my mid back. I didn't want my hair getting in places that I needed to be working and getting in the way.
Yeah.
It's like earrings. If you're going to wear earrings, totally fine, but keep them closer up so that they don't get caught in something. You don't want something that's super dangly. And although it's gorgeous and it suits your style probably way better than just a simple hoop, you really don't want it getting accidentally pulled out when the mom's like, oh, I need help, and her arms are flailing and going everywhere. And then, I don't know, I'm not usually handed a baby, but baby's arms flail. And if you're handed a baby and the baby's flailing, it could get caught in your earring and then you're going to have an ear hole anymore.
One of the best ways I think about it is I'm going in for exercise. A lot of times our work is very physically grueling. And I personally don't wear makeup for that, because I'm probably going to sweat it off, or I'm going to want to rub my eyes, especially if I get tired. And that's just me. I also know people who wear makeup to the gym, and that's totally fine. But it's something
I tend to wear makeup, honestly. I tend to wear a little bit.
I mean, that's, everyone has their own personal preference.
Yeah.
But that's one way to think about it. I'm getting ready for a workout. How do I want my hair? Do I want it in my face? What do I, my earrings, your makeup, your any kind of jewelry. One way to think about it is I'm getting ready to go do physical labor. I'm getting ready to go to a workout. When I had long hair, I always pulled it up. Before then, even before I cut my hair, I wrap sometimes. But after cutting my hair, I will still wrap a lot because my hair, just for me personally, is at a point where even when it's styled, it looks like I have consistent bed head all the time. And to me, for my personal preference, that doesn't look professional in my own eye. I don't like how my hair represents me. And so I will oftentimes wrap it, or I will find a way to, maybe a headband or something for my own comfort. But again, thinking I'm going into a workout, I'm going into do physical labor, I might sweat. Someone might pull on me. I'm not going to wear dangly earrings to the gym. So I personally typically don't wear jewelry at all to go to a birth, but I also don't wear jewelry all that often anyway. So thinking about like a professional way to go to the gym, t-shirts, you don't have to dress up, you don't have to be fancy. T-shirts are fine. And whatever, long sleeve, short sleeve, whatever. You don't have to wear a button up or a blouse or anything like that. But just kind of keeping that mindset of professional gym.
Yes, professional gym. I like that.
Gym. That's kind of what is always in my head.
Mine too. I'm always thinking of, I'm going to be on the floor. I'm going to be doing a lot of counter pressure. I'm going to be bending over a lot. So I want something that goes higher up on my back so that I don't have a lot of butt showing.
Right.
I'm going to be bending over. So I want things covered. And I'm going to be putting my hands in places. So I don't want a ring that's going to catch on clothing or bedding. Or sweaters.
Or, I absolutely bring sweaters, but I never bring this one because it naturally covers my hands. And I'm constantly, even just sitting here, I'm sure you've seen it just naturally, I'm constantly fussing with my sleeves. I don't have time for that at a birth. I don't have the energy for that. I don't want to be worrying about my sleeves falling on my hands while I'm working with my client. So those are things to keep in mind too.
Yeah. I do bring layers. However, I tend to run hot when I'm working. So I wear my t-shirt. Some women run cold and they wear long sleeves. That's totally fine. But I prefer layers because if I do get cold, I can at least put a sweater on and take it off when I get hot, because I do tend to get hot, especially in those birth rooms. Footwear wise, I wear tennis shoes every day.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of women, you'll see a lot of nurses wear Crocs or some other form of orthopedic shoes. I found that those don't help my feet. They hinder my feet. So I wear tennis shoes, and I keep a pair of tennis shoes with me. I keep a spare shirt, a spare pair of pants, and spare shoes because I inevitably get wet in some way.
Oh yeah, every time. Occupational hazard.
Yep, occupational hazard. So the moral of the story, wear comfortable clothes, treat it as a workout because it's strenuous, and bring spare clothes.
Absolutely.
Have good hygiene.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, most people are going to have fairly decent hygiene these days, but just in case you're someone who typically doesn't, that's okay. It's all on you. That's your body, how you want to do it. But I wouldn't do that for a workspace, especially when you're going to be close to other bodies. And not only close to other bodies, but those bodies have a heightened sense of smell.
Oh, yes. In addition, on the hygiene topic, it just popped into my head. I always make sure to brush my teeth before I leave for a birth too. Even if I've already brushed my teeth twice that day, I just do it again, or I pop in a breath mint. I have a giant bag of mints I carry in my bag anyway. I'll pop in a mint. Even in the time of COVID where we're wearing masks, I will still pop in a breath mint when I'm on my way, just to make sure that not only my body smells good or at least neutral, but so does my breath. Because a lot of times I'm face to face with my clients, I'm right there with them, and I don't want to be adding anything negative to the birth space, even if it's as simple as your breath smells. That's not I don't want to bring that in. If I've already brushed my teeth and taken a breath mint and she still says your breath smells, okay, well, I've done everything I can, I'll go take another mint. But I don't want to be ignoring those facts and then potentially their heightened sense of smell,
Yes. Well, the other aspect with brushing your teeth these days, when you go to a hospital, especially, you are required to wear a mask.
Mm-hmm.
You can't wear dangly earrings with a mask because it gets stuck. Like, inevitably, it gets stuck. But you're going to be smelling your own breath. Not gonna lie, it's not pleasant if you haven't brushed your teeth or have a breath mint. You can totally chew on some gum if you want, but something that you're not constantly having in your mouth is helpful, actually.
Yes.
But those are our biggest tips and tricks for what to wear when working as a doula.
Yes.
I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Bumpaholics. You can find more information about the ministry at kcwomensministry.org. You can find information on how to donate to our organization, how to support our organization, volunteer with us, or even take paid work with us by becoming a member. But thank you so much for joining us today for this episode of Bumpaholics. You can find us on YouTube, Patreon, and some other podcast websites such as Amazon and Apple, and a few others. We're at most of them that don't require payment because we are a nonprofit with limited income. Anyway, if you have a comment, please put it down in the comment section. If you have questions or anything, go ahead and put it down in there. We'll make sure to get those answered in our next video. So like this video, so we know that you want more information along these lines. Subscribe to our episodes so that, subscribe to our channel so you can be notified when we have new episodes coming out on a weekly basis. And every Thursday around 1:30, we'll have a new Bumpaholics episode. And every week we have the pregnancy trimester journey. Sorry, distracted by my child. The trimester journey, which is a week-by-week pregnancy recap kind of thing. So we love having you here and can't wait to see you again next week. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.